that one's going to take quite a while to get over. So many what ifs, so many maybe if you would have, but U of H loses 54-51. You went, I believe it was 8 of 17 on, or 9 of 17 on free throws. Duke went 8 of 12. I wouldn't have guessed the team that shot 17 free throws would have shot that many more. U of H had been whatever 21-0 when teams shot 16 or less. But obviously, the story of the day is Jamal Shead goes down with 6:51 is when he went down. They stopped the clock at 6:38 in the first half. Brad, what do you say about that? Here comes Galen, by the way.
You know, we've talked about it. We've talked about it earlier this season. You know, about I can take a loss. I can take an L. You know, sometimes you just don't have it. Sometimes you do. This is a gut punch because I mean you get the best point guard in the country that
Yeah.
I mean he's erased.
Yeah.
And not just with him in there, he makes the offense go because all of a sudden LJ and Emmanuel have wide open looks because they got to stop Jamal.
Yeah.
But more than that, his defense while he was out there was unbelievable. I mean, he was shutting people down and putting it makes me sick. It makes me sick for every one of those players and the coaches, all the fans. It makes me sick for Jamal because I know he's a warrior, and if he could have even barely put weight on that, he would have been on the floor. That tells me that it was really messed up.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been around for the second get for Sunday, no matter what.
He had conversations with coaches before the second half began, and I mean, it's easy to say now that I knew, but you could tell that he just wasn't going to be able to make that effort, and he struggled to even watch during a good bit of that last couple minutes.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it was like for him. It certainly was difficult for his teammates. Galen, well, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd say I guess what makes this loss different is usually when you lose a game, you can attest it to an adjustment that should have been made that wasn't made, and it's usually gameplay. But it's like when you got one of the best players in the country that gets hurt, and our guys, I feel like the difference is like between this game and the A&M game is like, granted, 4 starters fouled out, and Jamal fouled out and late in the game, and in that game it was more so like we did a majority of the leg work. Let's just get to the finish line.
Right.
And it's like Jamal gets hurt early in the first half, and it's like like it's too much game left for us. He's too valuable, and he matters too much to everything that we have going to overcome that. And it's just hats off to our guys for fighting to the end. We had guys that were in uncomfortable positions, roles that they don't normally play, but they battled, man. And Duke ended up winning by 3. We get a couple of assignments that we get a couple of those right that we missed, and make a few more free throws. It could be a different game aside of all the adversity that we face. So happy for our guys. I'm glad that they were able to make it this far. But it's just my heart goes out to them because you never want to go out because of a soldier wasn't able to fight. You never want to go out like that. But it's part of the game. And Coach Simpson, he always says that we're all a sprained ankle away from mediocrity. It's just wrong person gets hurt at the wrong time that can change the outcome of your whole season.
I wrote that down right after this happened. Your quote about mediocrity, just because the first few possessions looked really bad without him.
Yeah.
And it just was the first thing came to my mind.
Yeah.
U of H was up 6 when he got hurt and ended up, it was a 44-35 disadvantage the rest of the way.
Well, and it was really going up 8 because he would have scored that.
Oh,
layup.
100%. Right. You're right. Yeah.
But yeah, it was 6 on the board, but and you lose by 3.
Yeah.
But I'm really proud of the way the guys stuck together.
Yeah.
Kept battling. We looked at the end of the first half. We looked discombobulated, and it looked like a lot of guys were trying too hard to make up for the loss.
Yeah.
In the second half, they came out and played great. They hung in there. They hit shots. They answered. They got some stops. Things started turning a little bit there towards the end. We just couldn't get those. We just couldn't get the ball to fall. We didn't shoot terrible overall. We couldn't get the offense that we would like to normally get. They just battled, and the biggest takeaway for me for the season. Next year I'll look back and be really proud of the Big 12 title that we won and just the overall great season. But these last 2 games, it just shows the heart of this and how deep it goes. They really do take it to heart that it's got to be the next man up. There's no other option. And they don't. There is no quitting. They can't leave. They're not going to go home. So if you're going to be here, you might as well just go out bloody knuckled and go out on your sword.
Yeah. I feel like a game like this, my biggest takeaway was you can never underestimate the value of having a good point guard.
Man.
Yeah. Point guard play on this stage, it provides a level of settle and composure and poise to the team. It just looked like, there were times we just looked frantic. Like we got Big J shooting mid-range jumpers at the end of the shot clock, and it's just like, it's just you could never the point guard position at that level, at any level, but especially at that level with those stakes, it is invaluable to your team. Hey man, tough way to go out. Shit.
Let's go to the.
Well, let's do one thing. Pause. Right over here, Star Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Throw yourself into a pizza because
yes, it's a good place for depression eating if you need it tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. It's delicious. It'll make you smile.
Best chance to win a national championship wasted. You were still, 4 wins from a national title when Jamal went out. That's a tough
statement to make.
You still got number 1 Purdue, number 1 UConn, number 2 Tennessee just won, I think. And you get to Sunday. Who knows if Jamal can go? Who knows if
that's what I was saying. It's like even if we're able to pull this out, granted, what does the next game look like with an injury of that severity, with that short of a turnaround?
I do get his point. It was a great opportunity. It won't be our last. It's just,
it was still a long way to go.
Oh yeah, we're not close. I mean, it's not like having a bad night against Villanova in the Elite Eight.
Right.
That was a national title ready to be taken.
That was a good team.
That COVID team that got shut down, that was a team ready to run.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're knocking. What 5th year in a row or 5th season in a row that had a Sweet 16, we were in it. We all know how this thing plays out different in different circumstances, but those aren't the circumstances we have to live with.
Yeah. It's a one and done, and you're going to win some like last Sunday, and you're going to lose some like this. This is how it goes. I like the last shot, the 3-pointer foul on Wilson. Okay, yeah, you can say that, but you missed 8 free throws. You can't miss 8 free throws. And that comes down to who's shooting your free throws. It was Juwan and JB that showed, I think, like 75% of the free throws. If I remember, they shot year 18 or 17. So, yeah, about 70%. It just can't happen. This was a season for the ages. Nothing was
Literally.
wasted. They fought their guts out. Best team in the country when fully healthy. You have to go back to December 16th, the last time this. That's when you lost.
That's when you
Terrence
lost Arsenal
No.
in the A&M game, right?
Then I believe the next game is and then the next game is when Juwan hurt his knee. All right.
You're breaking up.
I thought it was me. Damn. Okay, cool. It's Ryan.
No, it's Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan, your internet's breaking up.
They might have just yanked it out from under me. These people in Dallas look like they want to go home. You're able to hear this though?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll crack in and out.
Yeah. Well, that's a good excuse to go. Y'all just finish this up. Brad, go through some of those comments real quick. I'm going to try to see if I can make this work.
Let's see here.
Damn, I'm bummed.
Every year it's bad luck. Yeah. I guess.
I guess it'd be bad luck if you weren't getting there.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we talked about this way back whenever we started. We started the second half of the regular season in conference. From that point on, once we got into the Texas Kansas section of the schedule, it was survive in advance, and we knew that anything can happen. And when we say anything can happen in the NCAA tournament, anything can happen good and anything can happen bad.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. So, that's just the way it is, man. I wish I could sit here and I could say that, well, maybe we need to train different, or maybe we need to do something different. But that's not the injuries that we're getting. You're not getting injuries from overuse. You're not getting injuries from guys being too worn down. You're just getting crazy ass injuries.
Inconvenient.
I mean, Arsenault snaps his Achilles tendon. That's extremely rare to ever happen. JoJo has a broken foot. I mean, what can you do about that?
I think it's just crazy how we're just able to make adjustments in spite of having those injuries. Having to adjust and then on the fly and then having success while doing it, man. That's impressive.
Yep.
But damn, I am bummed. We were talking about this earlier today at practice, and it's I was like, if it was me in the tournament, I would rather get my ass beat. I don't want no hope that we're gonna be advancing to the next. Just take just annihilate me, kill me. But it's when you lose a game like this, or even let's say we lost the A&M game, when you're that close to advancing, and that is a heartbreaker. That is a heartbreaker, man. Because you can always be damn, I could have did this different. I could have did that different. It was a one possession game. When you get your ass whooped, it's shit.
This is exactly what we were talking about when we lost to Kansas and we got beat by Iowa State. It's well, tip your hat, ain't nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, you get your ass beat. It's just shit. Well, we all could do something different. We could have woke up different today. We should have woke up at 8 instead of 7:30. It could be anything.
Hurts my gut, all the hard work the players put in to make the fans proud of them. Absolutely. It's hard to even describe how I feel because I'm not sad that we lost. I'm sad this group of players' season is over. I'm sad that the ride has ended for them because they don't. I mean, everybody loves to win, but these guys truly love to play together. I just hate that. I hate that it has to go out like that, and I hate that in the future they're going to look back and they're going to say, if.
That's an if that everybody would agree with.
After the game ended, I'm right across from the U of H bench. Jawan ended up right in front of me, and I just started taking video of him. I just thought he was gutted and coming to terms with what just happened. It just watch this. It's 20 seconds. He was right where Duke runs off the court to go to their tunnel. He kind of righted himself and got into the handshake line at the end. I feel bad for that guy just as much as Jamal because, it could be the end of his run too. And
Big Juan is like he's spent half a decade with this program, half a decade with father figures and teachers like our coaching staff. And it's like all the battles, all the highs and all the lows, playing through pain, like sacrificing your health is when you invest that much and you're that bought in, you're willing to do whatever it takes, you're sacrificing yourself for the betterment of something greater. And it's just like, that's the type of attachment that like, it hurts when you invest that much, like it really does hurt because you were fully invested. And it's just, man, I just know that's just tough. Like to go out that way, knowing that you didn't have, your full, your team, like it's, and still able to battle, man, that's just, damn.
Yeah. Y'all saw it on TV. I did not. When they called the foul on Malik on the 3-point attempt, was that a shot? Did he take a shot?
Nope.
Okay. It didn't look like it live.
He didn't get the ball above his waist.
Yeah.
It wasn't a shot. Now that I'm not going to say that that's the reason why we lost.
No, I'm just asking.
There's too many other plays, but technically, game's tied if that's, or maybe you only lose by 2 and you got a shot to win it at the end because he hits 2 other free throws.
Galen, with 15.8 seconds left, U of H ran a play where you're down 3 and they tried to hit a 2. You good with that? Is that what you should do?
Well, just think about it like from like a psychological standpoint. Get a quick 2. Players.
Go ahead.
So the Duke players, they're obviously aware of how good our team is. I'm sure Duke's coaching staff, they're aware of Coach Simpson's ability to draw up ATOs and, crunch time situations and getting off a good shot. So you make a layup, and let's say it's 9 seconds left. Nobody's 100%. And you have a Houston Cougars team without their starting player, their best player, their most important guy. It's coming down to you at the free throw line. And it's like, damn, if I miss one of these, we could probably be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it because there was enough time to get another shot after that. And it's just, let's say the shot goes in, they go down and make one of those free throws, you get a chance to get a good shot. And it's kind of like Duke is kind of on the ropes. You know what I'm saying? So I understand.
But Duke would have been on the ropes at 15.9. You had a chance to get that same shot. I'm just curious. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to give you like all the devil's advocate part.
No, yeah, and it's just like 15 seconds. That's kind of just that's a long time. Like, because then if you score, you're trying to get something. You're not trying to wait to run the play. So it's just
Mhm.
like if you miss and then boom, now you're down. It's just it's many ways you can go with it. But it's like, let's say whatever they tried worked, then we wouldn't be saying anything. So it's just like in the moment they did what they thought was right. I can see why they did that. Putting pressure on the team that's in the lead and you get the last shot. I get that.
Okay.
At the time, I thought it was the right.
Yeah,
I thought it was the right call,
and
but then
even though
then
also because like I felt like Duke was probably expecting the three,
oh
so it
no,
was
they
like
were.
it kind of seemed like the lane was just wide open, and it was like that's just opportunity, and that's just, you can't pass up a good shot like that.
Yeah, that was my thought at the time because you got 15 seconds left in the game. I didn't realize it until in the middle, after it was over with or after it was done. We only had 4 fouls.
Yeah.
We weren't
You
in.
could have.
We weren't in the 1-and-1. So if you make it and you'll get the ball gets inbounded again at 10 seconds, you got to do three fouls or 2 fouls to get them
I
to the
feel
line.
like I feel like if you know you're gonna foul, it gives you like kind of a reckless pass to kind of pursue the ball aggressively.
True.
So
I mean, either
it's
way, I don't think it changes anything. And we could really sit here and pick that thing to death because it all comes down to, it's like saying, do you foul somebody when you're up 3 and 7 seconds left? Do you foul them and send them to the line for a 1-and-1, or do you let them shoot a 3? It's you take what you can get, and if you miss the 3, you lose. You make the 2, then you have something to still play
yeah,
for and still have a
it's
shot.
just all up in the air.
You know, Worst case, you get the ball back with 5 seconds and you've got the length of the court to go. Best case scenario, you've got a runner for the win in a
LJ
few
was
seconds.
7 of 14 on the game. The rest of the team was 13 of 35. You just didn't shoot the ball very well at all. 2 of 8 on 3-pointers. Uh, Ramon hit that one in the second half, and then he took another one, and I thought it was right in front of me. I thought the second one was going in,
Mm-hmm.
and that would have been something. Um, this is a question for you, Galen. I thought they did a great job of locking Emmanuel down. They were not giving him open looks, and they were going to live and die with that.
I don't know
Is
if
that
people realize, but E-Man had 30 last game.
yeah?
You know who watched that last game?
Did Duke?
Duke.
Oh,
So it's like, okay, yeah, this kid has 30. You know what? Maybe we shouldn't let him get a shot off. They were sticking to him like white on rice. He could not get in the offensive rhythm, could not get in the offensive groove, and it seemed like he just couldn't get a clean shot off. And that's just a testament to Duke's attention to detail on the scouting report. But it's the other team. They come from a great pedigree, a great lineage. It's that those guys they're used to winning too. So
yeah.
it's sometimes it's just you got to just tip your hat. Granted, we would struggle to find open threes. Okay, I'm sure we can all figure out why. But
Yeah.
whatever happens in the game, you got to roll with it.
I mean, even with Jamal in, it looked to me that their game plan was, we're going to play Shed and Crier straight up, but we are not going to let Sharp beat us because he's the X factor. If Sharp heats up,
Mm-hmm.
you're done.
It's over.
Because I mean, he's a guy that can go 1 for 8, but he's a guy that can go 7 for 8, and he can
Yeah.
shoot you out of the game in a heartbeat. And so they looked like they really did not leave him at all. I mean, you go back and look at the tape, guys have their back to the ball, just face guarding Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And then once Jamal goes down, well, that changes everything, because we didn't have that dynamic guy, second guy who could consistently take someone off the dribble.
Be overly aggressive with who?
Yeah.
Big one got 2 fouls in the we don't
Early.
have the body. Yeah, like who be overly aggressive, and who are we gonna put in? Like,
yeah.
one
you know what I'm saying?
One was out for he played 9 minutes in the first half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was and then like
There are so many things you can say beat you, but in the second half, Duke said, we're taking this shot clock down to 2 seconds every time. And they hit so many of those shots. And at some point, they just beat you. You beat yourself in a ton of different ways. And Kelvin's not sleeping tonight. He's going to replay this over and over and over. And it's probably going to take a month. But, I mean, Duke made so many critical shots late.
I don't know if that was the game plan. I just felt like they were getting those shots because we were guarding their initial actions right.
Okay.
And like you got Kyle Filipowski sizing up J1 at 3 point. Like, I will take that possession 10 times out of 10.
Well,
there just so happens the fact that tonight was a night he made some of those looks, but I mean they had to earn everything, man.
Yeah. I mean, their difference maker was Roach hit some big shots.
And we took
McCain straight out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God, man, that's tough. But I just feel like as far as like the psychological part of the game, like when you're the other team's opposing point, like Roach, he had no points in the first half. You realize, damn, that dog ain't coming back in. It kind of gives you a little bit of confidence.
Oh, yeah.
I remember like whenever we played Kentucky, they were talking about if PJ Washington, like if he was playing, that was a big question then. And obviously us is like, we was like, shit, I hope he don't play. But once they said he was, I'm sure like the psychological effect that that had on their team, that Kentucky team, I'm sure was a boost. Whereas us was like, damn, we was hoping he wasn't going to be able to play. So I just feel like Roach was able to have that success because we didn't have Uno hounding his ass all night. So
after Jamal went down, I think McCain made 3 straight in the first half.
Yep.
And he went 0 for 1 in 20 minutes played in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a factor. He had a couple assists, but they made sure that guy was not going to beat you.
Well, damn.
But I was talking with Jamie after he did the preview, and I did all the clips and everything. I said, man, I'm not worried at all about their 3-point shooting. I'm worried about that damn mid-range jumper. I said that's the most impressive thing of McCain's game is the fact that he can hit that 15-footer. And then Roach did it,
Yeah. McCain is definitely a three-level scorer.
Those are near impossible to deal with because you're either trying to close out and stop the 3 or you're trying to protect the rim.
Kevin, sleep this off.
Let's address this.
Just sleep this off. It'll be better tomorrow. He took
what does the medical staff have to do with? Yeah. Jeez.
Just sleep it off. You'll feel better tomorrow.
Medical staff.
Okay, go ahead, Towns. Finish your thought. Oh wait,
I don't know. That just.
This is true. They do have a tough job. It is hard, but that's their jobs. And I don't think anybody says.
What is S&C strength and conditioning?
Yeah. Yes, guard play did go down once the best guard in the country went out.
You mean if you lose the consensus All-American first team or
it might have an effect on your team.
The player of the year, the defensive player of the year.
Wonder how Purdue would look without Zach Edey. I could just assume they probably wouldn't be the same team.
They wouldn't have shot a free throw today without him. He was the only one that shot a free throw in that game for Purdue.
Mm.
This is the right way to say it. It's a ship without a rudder. And, it happens. Duke had scored 10 points in the 14 minutes that Jamal was in the game. If you just looked at the first 5 minutes of this game, they were lost. They didn't have a clue. Jamal was, you were getting your hand in on so many balls, and you were forcing him to do things. You just didn't have a lot of opportunities to do anything else. And there's a lot of pissed off people.
Well, I mean, I understand. I understand everybody being pissed off. And, hey, I'm so frustrated that my team is not going to the Final Four and my team can't win the fucking championship. Well, guess what? Shit happens. You ain't fucking doing anything out there on the floor. So just deal with it.
All right, you need to sleep it off too. Whatever happened to the 3/4 and high top basketball shoes? That's a great question.
They don't
work.
make
them.
I mean, they do. I'll hoop in some. But I'm considered an old guy now, so
but they don't work.
I mean, yeah, but regardless of they're not
going to protect your ankles.
Yeah, but it's like those guys get taped by one of the best trainers in them. It's like it doesn't matter. Like if he had shit that was up to his fucking knee, he would have still rolled his ankle.
Here's my conspiracy theory. This team would have a lot less injuries if they played soft as shit defense. If you just didn't play any defense, guess what? You might not get some guys hurt. Games. Guess what? You'd be in the NIT.
But the thing is that, I mean, Terrence hurt himself on offense. J1 hurt himself on offense. Jamal hurt himself on offense. And they're all injuries that you can't do anything about.
There's no part of the game you can't control that part of the game.
You can't train your ankles. You can't make your ankles stronger. You can hope you can, strengthen the lower leg, but the ligaments are what the ligaments are. And sometimes it just goes.
Like injuries are literally uncontrollable. I'm sure Coach Sampson, it's like if Jamal rolls his ankle at this point in time, then we're gonna do it's like you don't know when that's gonna happen.
I mean, if it was a freaking issue where it's always soft muscle issues and hamstring tear, pulled hamstring, pulled calf, strain groin, things of that nature. Okay, then we can talk about maybe we need to adjust something. But that's not. It's a fucking twisted ankle. I don't even know what the hell happened when J1 got hurt. I mean, I do whenever he gashed his hand up, but I don't know how he got hurt whenever he came down after that. When he got hurt,
shin.
Yeah, the shin
in the
thing.
Conference tournament. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he just landed on his shoe, but I don't know how the shin got hurt. That part, I understand what you're saying.
I mean, that's just a strange injury. I mean, you can't. I don't know how you tear your Achilles tendon.
You can definitely make ankles stronger, okay, but you can't. If you twist it, it doesn't matter how strong it is.
Strong it is.
I mean, okay, you're probably right that you can make it stronger, but I can't believe that people are actually going to argue about that on the internet.
If that's the case,
I can believe it.
Yeah, it's just...
here's a fat guy eating a salad. Well, actually looking at a salad, not even eating it, and then having some pizza. Star Pizza. They have been fantastic to us and so many other people and so many athletes. Ryan Elva got the star treatment all week. and his Star Pizza ads were seen by a lot of people.
Good.
Get you some Star Pizza. Good people.
Good people, better pizza.
That's why he's the sales guy.
Fuck! Damn!
Yeah.
Damn.
I would have thought Starns would have been here to add. I could have handled this better. I don't know how I handled it poorly, but I apologize,
Handle what
JG.
better?
The talk about the ankles. I mean, you can make them stronger. Let's just say that's true, but you can't handle how they twist. And Achilles, like you said, Jawan with the gash. I don't know how that. I mean, he hit a guy's bicep.
Yeah, I mean, he probably should have
JoJo broke his
had
foot.
stronger hands then. Like it's like, bro, you.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, it's okay to disagree. It's okay to. I'm still not going to sleep. Doesn't matter what y'all think.
It's just, you lose and people just say anything. Oh, strengthen your ankle, bro.
I mean, I get that people invest a lot because it's from, the end of October till damn near April. You invest a lot.
What you mean? What you mean they invest a lot with people?
Time, energy, money. People invest a lot.
I feel like
I don't have
nobody
any problem with
invests. I feel like nobody invests more than our players.
Of course, but
So it's like
you're not asking them to play. You're asking them to support, and so they're doing what they're being asked to do.
The problem, the only problem I have with it is somebody's looking for somebody to blame this on, to pin this shit on.
You should strengthen your ankles. We need a better medical. I feel like our training staff might need a fucking raise. Shit.
I mean, they get these guys back together.
Yeah.
They got Ramon back immediately. They kept J1 healthy enough to keep playing. I mean, credit to those guys because even though they're playing, don't think people could really grasp how much pain they are playing with. Like, I know people were disappointed a few years ago that Reggie Chaney's game wasn't quite well. His game had fallen off a little bit. Nobody knew he played the entire season with a broken hand, that he couldn't even shut his hand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when he told us that.
When he told us the story that he said, hey, look, my hand's broken. Don't throw me the ball.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep playing, but don't throw me the ball. JVA sitting there in timeouts with a heating pad on his back because his back's messed up. Every single player out there is playing with something messed up. I mean, last year,
Marcus.
Nobody knew that that Emmanuel Sharp was struggling with massive pain in his leg because he had a rod in his leg, so he had it removed.
Should have got that leg stronger.
I mean, I don't think we understand how much pain these guys really are playing with. You don't notice it because that's just the way they're built.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice to point to one thing and say it's because of this.
Right. And you could do that 2 years ago. You didn't shoot the ball worth of shit against Villanova. Last year, you ran into a freight train in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
This year, 10 things could have changed in this game and you'd have won it. But same thing could have happened last Sunday against A&M.
What would have been said if we lost A&M? These guys should work on not fouling.
They should work on that. Yeah.
It's always something. But
hey, how many fouls did JVA have tonight?
I think he had one.
Yeah, I don't think he was in foul trouble.
played a pretty solid game.
He had one foul in 35 minutes,
I mean,
which I believe is the most minutes he's ever played.
I mean, you wish that
record.
maybe hit one or two of the shots that he took that could have gone in, but then, you know, guys are going to miss shots. I mean,
he missed that slam.
Fucking Flipashitsky
Early.
Missed a wide open shot from the free throw line when we were up by 3.
That midi, that was literally in the, like, I don't know how that rimmed out.
Yeah.
It was literally like inside the goal. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I thought the last game and a half or so, JVR was pressing way too much. And I think a lot of players pressed today, but it just seemed like he had put all this pressure on himself and was kind of struggling with it.
They just know what they lost. And it's like the guys care and they know how valuable, like, a guy like Jamal is, you know? So I feel like it's just natural. It comes from the right place, but it's just. I just feel like we've done a good job of making a lot of shit just look easy. And it's just like people don't like with Big J, people like sit here and probably talk, oh, he should work on his free throws. If you can arrive at that conclusion, don't you think a Hall of Fame coach can? Like people don't understand when you're playing on that stage and you wanting to do well, like how much difficult it is when you're thinking about something. Like you're the only person at the free throw line and it's 18,000 people in the arena. Mm-hmm. Like people have no idea. And I might be a little biased because I'm a player, but it's like I know like what I've been through as a player. But I remember like in college, I wasn't good. I'm still not good. My greatest attribute is my pride and how hard I work. I remember from my junior to senior year, I was shit my junior year. Shit. I literally like was in the gym every single day and I made 1,000. I shot till my fingers bled just to have the confidence to shoot a shot in the game. So I probably made over 100,000 shots in the summer just to be able to take 2 in a fucking game. Like, think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people have no idea how difficult and how much work our guys put in to just shit on them whenever they don't do what they think they should be doing. It's like they're trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy. It's not easy. That's why some are watching and some are playing. Like, it's not an easy thing to do.
I'll be back in a second.
My bad. Let me inhale and exhale. Shit. Ooh.
Just feel better, buddy.
My bad, Ryan. Yeah. It's just, man.
I think everybody's getting some things out. It's healthy.
No. But summertime is here. Off season. It's time for some guys to make some improvements and, you know, get better so we can have a better chance next year, man.
Give me so your season ends. It's going to be the 30th. Well, it just turned the 30th.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to turn 27. God damn.
Yeah.
Getting old.
Sunday? Is it Sunday?
Sunday, 30 on Easter.
All right. What's the schedule like for players over the next month or 6 weeks? Are they down for a little bit? Do they?
You can
back in
choose
the
to
gym?
go about you can like professionally or collegiate.
No, these guys.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna get some time off and then do some like little workouts here and there to finish off the like until May, and then after that you're gonna break. But
and then back at it June 1st.
And back at it June 1st.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
the calendar for coaches is so much different than it was when you were here. Because this portal has been open for a week. And they've got to go find a point guard if Jamal's not coming back, which we assume that's the case. They've got to find some help. They've got to find some shooters. There's some things that, you know, there's no rest for the weary right now.
I mean,
for the coaching staff.
yeah. Well, I'm sure they'll figure it out. And we have feel like a young, promising young guy, Cordell. He's seen
Yeah.
a lot, so
Have you seen him lately, Galen?
Well, he's in
Nah,
Birmingham.
yeah.
No, like on any videos or anything.
Oh yeah. I've seen what Ryan has posted.
That kid looks like a grown
Jack.
ass man.
Yeah.
He don't look like the kid that came in here.
Yeah.
When I met him
Yeah.
February of last year, I was kind of bowing up on him because like I was bigger, like sup. And now, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yeah.
I
And
didn't
like,
bow up on him, which is important.
yeah. I feel like seeing this level, especially in your red shirt year, it kind of puts things in perspective in regards to how much work you have to play. Like you're following up an All-American point guard, and you got to witness that night in and night out, every practice, every scouting report, his attention to detail, how he went about his schedule. Like you got to witness that. So like that should put him. There's certain things that he shouldn't have to learn on his own because he has such a great example. So it can kind of expedite his process. Granted, there'll still be growing pains and shit that he needs to go through to experience to learn. But yeah, man, it's playing behind a guy like that. That's definitely a cheat code. Definitely.
And he played behind him and saw how hard he worked, even though he was that good. And that's the part, kind of the hidden thing. When you see the best work at it so much more than you do, that continues on.
That's just the great thing about the culture, man. Like how it's just passed down. Like, man. And Cordell, who know, it's like it seems like every point guard we've gotten it's just gotten better and better and better. Who's to say? You never know. Great punctuation.
We did not have that scooter back in the day. No. It looks fun.
I would like to have one now.
It's not.
Roll into Star Pizza, kicking my little scooter. Zing, zing.
It's going to be an interesting offseason. That's 100% correct. What a season. So proud of them. Go Cougs. Hell of a run.
You know what I've
Played
seen?
their asses off.
It's like everybody who's entered the transfer portal who's remotely decent. Like I see like people who support our program, they're like, we should get this guy. And it's just like, are we going to say that to every decent player that is probably 1,000 players in the portal? It's like, are we going to say that to everybody that enters?
Yes. We're going to say that about everybody.
I have read over the course of a football offseason about 600 quarterbacks that are going to remake this program. And at some point, you just pick one and you run with it. And I don't know a damn thing about any player in the portal. And I'm guessing really nobody else watching this does either. But they have a staff of about 60 people that watch film every single day. I'm going to trust them until they miss on a couple in a row. I maybe give them the benefit. And I'm not saying that you can't question, but you question and these guys get it right, and you question and these guys, at some point.
A guy that kind of got my attention in the portal, who I think we've been recruiting, is this kid that goes to Florida. He went to Florida. He's transferred from there. His name is Riley Kugel.
He's gone.
He's gone?
Yeah, I read today that he's committed to Kansas.
Damn! Oh shit! Damn!
I thought you meant he was dead.
But I will tell you, he was great last year. He was terrible this year.
Yeah, super bucket though. Super talented kid.
Oh yeah. Well, but you know the X factor here at U of H, and it's all right there.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that we get's going to be able to play. But do you have the mentality? Because apparently he was struggling, and then he got benched, and then didn't take being benched well, and apparently just had a sour attitude, if you will, and never really got out of it. So he played himself out of favor.
Well,
Salute, Corey.
they'll let him play Kansas.
But
They've been thinking about the offseason for a month.
Everybody watching, sign up at gocougs.com, subscribe, because we're going to have a lot of coverage. Our guy Jamie, now that there's nothing to scout, guess what he's got to scout now? Got to scout players. So we're going to do.
Don't put that pressure on that poor guy.
No, he's already done it. I've already seen the spreadsheets, man. It's insane. It's insane of what this guy's doing.
He be at it.
Oh yeah. So
and it's like, damn, like he really be right too. I mean, like,
if you guys are interested in what's going on in the portal, we're going to follow it in depth. So come on over, subscribe. We're gonna have a good time this off season.
It's like, are we able to lose anybody in the portal? Juan is gone. L, I don't know. Like, who would? Like,
I mean, we've got some underclassmen that
you
never know.
There's always a chance. There's always a guy.
I didn't think we'd lose Tremont. That was never a consideration until it happened.
I would. I
mean, not from us from the outside.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if there's a single team in the country that doesn't lose somebody to the portal. Like I don't think it's possible to keep everybody.
When even before we had the portal, we had guys that would pursue new opportunities.
Okay. Before I'm going to give you Starns' stat before anybody says anything. It's Ted Cruz's fault.
And Drake.
Not political. Just saying. And Drake. Drake, Ted Cruz. Starns, how was it back there?
It was, as you can imagine, pretty terrible.
Yeah.
This team was, this right. This team was really close. These U of H teams are always close, but it really felt like this team this year and everything this team's went through just really brought them together, and they were, it was almost eerie.
What did players have to say?
They, it was just, it's just so frustrating for things to end like this.
Who said that?
Emmanuel said that. He's been here 22, 23, 24. He's seen the injury, how the injuries have caught up to this team 3 years in a row. And it's frustrating, but I think one thing everyone had in common is like how much this team meant to them this year, everything they've been through since June, how close everyone came together, and they just were not ready to. They're. I don't think you can ever be ready at this point in the year, but they just were not ready for it to be over. They're not ready for the scouting reports to stop. They're not ready for practices to stop. They're not ready for all that stuff to stop. And
Jamal said he was in so much pain walking to the court after halftime that he sat down on the bench and almost cried.
You can see it.
I watched him. I mean,
try to get up. He was like, "Oh no, I can't do that."
And there was a lot of times in the second half where he did not get up when they had a timeout or his entire team was on their feet clapping. He didn't get up, and it was obviously because of the pain. He just couldn't. The pain of getting up off the bench. Yeah.
And
One thing, Coach.
the worst pain when you have an ankle sprain like that isn't the ankle; it's right at your heel where the fascia is. It feels like you're being hit with a hammer, like on the bottom of your heel, every step you take.
I'm going to assume this is about me, and that's fine. It's a little orange. It's not like bad. This is the part that when everybody wakes up tomorrow, I hope that the first thought is you went and won the Big 12 in your first year. Did the tournament turn out like you wanted? No. You won 2 games, though. I don't think anybody is happy with ending this after winning 2 games. But, there's only 8 teams that made it further. And again, it is what it is. Stats. Starns, quick stat. What you got?
Duke was 4 of 18 when Jamal Shead was on the floor. They were 16 of 31 after he left.
That sounds better.
By my count.
So 20% and then 50%.
Yeah.
There you go. That's maybe your best one of the year.
I remember Coach used to talk about like the finality of losing your last game.
Mm-hmm.
And like I remember whenever Jordan Poole hit that shot, like in our locker room, like almost the disbelief and like how you said it was eerie. Like I remember Devin Davis. Like I've never heard a grown man cry like that. Like it was the most horrific thing that you could hear. Like it is like chilling. It's chilling, honestly.
It was dead silent. Aside from just people shuffling in or just the sniffles of tears. I've never been in a locker room like that. This is really only like my 4th time being in a locker room after a game. But it's just so weird to be in that place. At least to be in as a media. I just feel like I'm intruding. Feel like I shouldn't be here. I feel like I shouldn't even be talking to them. I feel bad. I spoke to most of the team, but you just feel bad even walking up to them or even looking at them and let alone just asking them, hey, do you want to talk? It's such a weird feeling. And, as media, we don't root. We're unbiased. We can't do that, but you can't help but just feel terrible for those guys.
I think you can root for people. And I've never had a problem admitting I root for people. And there are guys on this team that, it's difficult. Last year, after the Sweet 16, I was in a locker room. I didn't do that today. I don't know if I'm going to come to regret that. But after the Sweet 16 was the last time I ever talked to Reggie. And he and I had become pretty friendly. And I just, that going in the locker room is a weird thing because for the entire year you don't do that, and then when the NCAA tournament starts, the NCAA says, "Yeah, you can go do that," and no coach in the country lets media in the locker room now, or very few, and so it's just a weird thing. And when you're in this locker room, having lost, having high expectations, it does feel like you're intruding. We're going to go all in on tennis. So be watching for that.
They did snap their 13-game losing streak. Yep.
Match.
Beat Prairie View,
Going to teach you about tennis.
Match.
here's the good news, Connor. You've got 50 or 60 years of that still happening to you in the future.
That's exactly
That's going to happen.
That's your first one. I didn't realize you were that young.
Yeah.
Welcome to being a Coug.
Jamal cried on the bench. Sedlot didn't see. JVR
I saw that.
was tearing up on the bench.
Sedlot was inconsolable. Just, tears flowing down, embracing Jamal. And then the rest of the time just had his head down. Jawan, I think he was dragged out to do some media stuff, but for the first 10 minutes, he was just sitting there with his jersey over his head, not moving at all. And
yeah,
it's tough, man. The finality of that last. I mean, I remember my last basketball game. I remember my last baseball game. My last basketball game was in the playoffs, and we got beat by a much better team. And I still remember that pain. It never goes away. It's always there. But that's how that's how special the team was, and that's the same thing with all these players that come through. It's not the loss. It's not the loss itself. It's everything that goes along with it. The locker room stuff, the 6 a.m. workouts in June where everybody's just trying to get through it. It's the team meals, it's the bus rides to the game, it's hanging out at the hotel before game. It's the little bitty small things, and just the realization when it settles in that it's like this team's not going to exist ever again, and it's rough. It's hard. It's a lot of weight to carry. But you don't have those emotions if you aren't as bought in as these guys are. If you aren't as close as these guys are. I mean, we always hear kind of the cliche of, we're all, it's a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood. It sounds a cliche to us, but it truly is that with them, because they are, especially these days, they're only around each other all year long. Morning, day, and night. They live together. They eat together. They never leave. They never have to leave the workout center without each other. They're always around each other. It's a special thing, man. And question for you, Galen. You brought up the Jordan Poole deal. How did that drive you guys and inspire you for the next year to follow up?
It was I say for me personally, that was my junior year. I just knew my mindset going to the off season. It was just like I've been Samsonized, so I just think like I'll work till I kill myself trying to like achieve what I believe I can achieve and like try to inspire my teammates to do the same. But it was more so like we're not gonna let it come down to that. Like, and it's like you talk about the camaraderie and the stuff that's built like in those moments. It is priceless. Like for Big Said, for example, he was probably doubting himself the entire year because he cared so much. And then you go from like, damn, I can't do this to your guys speaking life into you. And then their words come into fruition. And then you're like, damn, I'm doing what they said I can do. So it's like they inspire you to believe in yourself, and it's like that takes a close knit group. And it's like I know why he's emotional because it matters. He overcame a lot of fears this year, a lot of doubt in himself that those guys, they took care of that for him. They spoke life into him, So, but it's just back to the topic though. My mindset was just trying to give us the best chance to do something that we haven't achieved before, and I felt like I did everything that I could to as well as a team to kind of do those things. But it's just the camaraderie, man. It's just the little things that when it's all over, the walking to practice talking shit about the coaches. Like it's shit like that. It's like we in the chat, like, man, they fucking tripping. Like it's stuff like that you miss, and it's just you sore as hell. I remember me and Monty walking back from Guy V after practice, like just damn sore as shit. Like and it's just the stuff like that, the quality time, man. I can go on and on, but it's just like it really is like you really do spend so much time with those guys, and they really do become a part of you.
Mm-hmm.
Catching back up on some comments, Starns, at least you're self-aware. They don't have any idea how to react with the team after a loss. You're going to be a damn good reporter. Already are.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm a Starns, would not feel comfortable asking. I mean, it's a job. You have to do your job. They know it. They have to do their job. Everybody understands the score, and nobody's trying to make anybody look bad. I'm of the opinion you ask an open-ended question and just let them talk, and they're going to guide it and get you to where you need to be. It is Fouls.
I agree.
Yeah.
Shout out Star Pizza, man.
Star
I was
Pizza.
just thinking that, man. My stomach was starting to rumble. I wish I had some Star Pizza right here with
That's
me.
that thunder sound. I'm fucking with you.
That's exactly what it is.
Team Bus
Yeah.
just left. Feels surreal.
And they got up out of there.
There was a couple staffers that were sitting on the team bench for most of the time we've been doing this, just kind of taking it in, kind of having that last moment. I did not see any players come out. Some of the Duke players came out, but never saw any of the U of H guys. It's not close to from where their locker room is to the floor. Starnes, you got some loudness behind you. I'm going to turn your mic or your mute on. If you want to talk, just unmute yourself.
Starnes is kind of traumatized.
I would be too, man. I wouldn't. You couldn't pay me to go in that locker room afterwards.
I mean, this is my last, I think, major event as sports editor of the Cougar.
It's just tennis from now on.
I'll still have things. I still have a month left on the job, almost exactly. But
nice.
I don't know what
weird.
this means, but
I think people who are talking shit about Coach, I think they're saying that people. Yeah,
okay, I haven't seen anything. I've been with y'all, so maybe there's some great points being made that we're not seeing.
The internet being the internet.
When the hell are we going to lose another assistant coach? I think you're going to have some guys that have opportunities.
That's the goal. The goal is to get you want to lose them. That means like your coaching tree is expanding, which will in turn help. It's like guys like me, like that's what you want to do. You want guys to, you don't want to have to fucking have. I'm not saying that I want to offend anybody, but yeah, you want your coaching staff to your assistants to leave.
Now you're not going to offend anyone. Now
I mean, it's just like whenever you have kids, you want them to grow up and start their own families and get out your damn house.
I mean, you're not inviting them to leave, but you hope. I mean, because as close as the players are, the coaches are that way too. These guys have been together since they were in college, since Kellen and Quanis and these guys have been around. And Hollis, they've been around each other forever.
Yeah.
And they have their aspirations to run their own programs as well, and they just need the opportunity and get the right opportunity.
Quanis was this close to taking a job last year. He chose to come back because it just wasn't the right fit. There was a job there for him.
Is picking the right job,
not
any job, because there's always going to be jobs.
Yeah. seen a couple people report that they asked Jamal what's going to happen next year. He says he doesn't know, which that's the question I am not asking after a game, because it's just a dumb time to ask that question. Now you're not going to get another chance, but and Jawan said the same thing. He hasn't thought about it, doesn't know. Okay,
Malik
I
did say that
I don't.
he'll be back.
Okay, that's something that
So
we did not have 100% on, and I'm interested to see what he does, what he's able to, how he's able to improve. I think he's one of the guys that you need. Starns has come a long way, just like the players in this program, and hats off to you, Ryan, for getting involved. That was the whole goal. Cheap labor and helping him. Like, I think that's what we should do, is we should find people to help them get reps, to help them get. My goal is to help U of H people go to that next level. And Starnes is he's going to be our great real first case to be able to show that, you come here and work with us, you can become really pretty good. Do you know why Kelvin was mad at the beginning of the game? There was a foul call that he did not like. And it happened a couple times early, but I really think the game was well officiated for the most part. Now, what were you going to say, Galen?
I've just seen that look before. He was at the ref, and they had showed it after the timeout, and I read his lips, and when he said what he said, it's like the players closed. Like, coach, we can't tell you to shut the hell up, but you need to shut the hell up. Like, but like, man, I was like, oh shit, it's that type of, like, wow. He's like, what is it? Don't talk to me like that.
Except Kellen. Shit. I'm going to tell you, Kellen is, if he is not an elite head coach, I will be shocked. I mean, it takes growing into the role, but I would just be blown away.
He's
literally. I didn't notice this until now, but when Kelvin did this quick interview, the little timeout interview, when that happened, Kellen is right in his seat, barking, filling his spot, and that's one thing of a head coach's job. But Galen knows more than all of us how involved Kellen is.
I remember
it was North Carolina. Ooh. Okay, no, it wasn't. Go ahead, Galen.
I remember.
Thank you for that late laugh.
Because I read it, but I remember it was a practice that we had. I think it was my sophomore year. And Coach Simp, he had to, like, a doctor's appointment or something, he had to get something done. So Coach Kellen had to run the practice. And, like, I remember all of us thinking that, like, shit, thank God Coach Simp ain't here. We're about to be a cool day. That was probably the hardest practice of that year. I remember telling him, I was so naive and dumb. I was like, damn, Coach Kell. Like, I was like, damn, Coach Kell, that's harder than Coach Simp practice. Like, and I'm sure that was his goal, but I was just like, I shouldn't have said that, but I feel like Coach Kellen, he has a chip on his shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Like, big shoes to fill, you got a lot to prove. And I feel like he's had that chip on his shoulder for a long time. Shit, probably since Coach Sam was probably at Washington State and he was running around and shit. But there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to be a great head coach because he has the formula. You've seen it firsthand. You know what works, and you know how to get results from that formula. So it's just filling in the shoes, filling in the spots. Yeah, he's definitely more than capable.
Yes. Completely overreact. That's the way to go. Starns, who did you say you're cut? I don't even know what this was about, but honestly think Shed is a 5-star general. It shook the team when he went down. It was very clear that the team was frantic and going a little too fast and just needed somebody to calm them, and they didn't have that guy, the guy that's been doing that for 3 straight years.
When at that time also J1 was out of the game too, right?
Yeah.
Like once Duke took the lead, it's like we never got it back.
Yeah, I think that's true.
These,
You are always right there. What's the solution to a more fluid offense? I think, and Galen, correct me if I'm wrong, if you start making the shots, that's going to lead to a more productive and a more fluid offense. I don't think this team takes a ton of poor shots. When they do, Kelvin's ripping somebody off the bench.
Points last
You
game.
scored 100 points. And what did they score against Longwood? Like 86? The
Before the-
scoring wasn't the
before-
problem.
86.
They said before the game, they said, the biggest shock is about this NCAA tournament. Houston has a high scoring average.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I think people will, with this team and this offense, not having crazy scoring numbers, but all year. But that doesn't mean the offense is bad necessarily. Like they play at such a slow pace that you're just not going to score as much. The offense isn't perfect by any means, but you look at a lot of the metrics, it's an efficient offense at the pace it plays at. And it's
You also got to play to the strengths of the players that you have. I mean, if you got like
something right quick. Hold on, y'all.
Like last year, Marcus could take anybody off the dribble, so he could do anything he wanted. Jamal could take anybody off the dribble. We didn't have that as much. I mean, Tremont could take anybody off the dribble, and like he showed against Auburn. But we didn't have those type of guys this year, so we had to play it a little bit different, and that's where Jamal really stepped up because he decided to assert himself offensively. And all of a sudden, once he started going to the rack and took scoring more onto his shoulders, it became a different team. So, I mean, you play with the guys that you have. Next year's going to look completely different because you're going to have a completely different cast.
Yeah.
You're going to have different guys that can do different things.
I just need to get something off my chest. I mean, if we want to talk about, no.
There's an outpour of unique statements being made.
I mean,
fix all. I guess if Steph Curry has an off night, he probably should stop shooting threes.
Yeah, fuck that.
What do you
Steph
say?
Curry.
Fuck you, Steph. Don't shoot anymore. Jesus Christ. Team averaged damn near 75 points on the year.
Starns, your
including
ceiling as
in
a
the
sports
Big 12.
reporter is super high. All the best. Thank you for your great reporting. Great job this season, Starns.
Thank
Y'all
you.
can stop now.
Mac.
Look
Keep going.
Look at all the Starns' sock accounts.
Starns stands.
I got asked to have my picture
Okay, this
taken.
is dumb.
Oh, nice.
First submitted.
Yeah. Really, 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 really nice lady. 2 ladies, but recognized me in the hotel and said,
That's tough.
Starns, oh my gosh, and was really, really nice and wanted to take a picture with me, and that's what we did. And so if that woman is watching right now, thank you.
I thought you were going to say if somebody asked if you were Dylan or Cole Sprouse.
Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
shit. Yes, Starns.
I think Kellen is kind of a mini me of Kelvin, but Kellen is your number one recruiter. Kellen is your number one scout guy. Kellen is your number one everyday develop his guys guy. He does all the things that you need to do as a coach and also to run a program. I mean, if he were just running one little part or just had an emphasis on one little part, maybe you could say not going to be great. But I have just seen him, and he's great with the media too. Like I've never had a coach give us as much time as he does, and it's every day. He is
I have to
on
like
recruiting
I've had to like
texts and
stop
calls and
myself.
from
I've
asking
had to like
more because it's like
yeah,
we've been here 45 minutes
yeah. I want to give him a break.
and you feel like an asshole taking all his time, but
Well,
he's willing to give it
well, like we were supposed to talk to him for 10 minutes, and we talked to him for an hour.
an hour. It was like his kids were
And it was
screaming, like, give us time.
his responses too. Yeah, it was long-winded, just like someone else I know. Very thorough, like very descriptive, like very. Facts.
It's so weird. I'm
Starns
glad you're having your
stand.
day, Starns.
I should. Do I get financial incentives for being all pro?
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't get here till 5 minutes ago, but yeah, let's pay you more.
I was
He needs his own.
He was doing
branded-
his job.
I was being an all pro journalist.
For somebody else, not for us.
Ryan, on the back of his shirt, you need Starn stands put on the back of it.
No.
Big Starns.
They're gonna have
Big
Starns' shirt.
Starns.
They need to be his stands.
I don't need a fan base. I promise.
You say that now.
A lot can change, but he said it would be the fastest pace. I think the sport has changed. I think the game has changed, and he's figured out what works for him.
When he's then you lose 4 guys
Gonna
to
leave
injury,
that one up
and
there.
you got to alter your game plan a little bit.
I am gonna get a haircut.
You lost all these guys to injury, and then last year off that team, you lost Reggie, you lost Tremont Mark, you lost 2 first rounders, and the year before you lost 4 guys, and the year before that you lost 4 starters. At some point, I mean,
I really think that since Galen left, I really think the post-mortem, at least through our site and the feedback that we get through our message board, has always been we could take a step back next year. We could take a step back, and then guess what? We don't. We get better. We just keep getting better. I'm not expecting us to do that, because you got to think it at some point. Maybe it happens, but why would I start thinking that now? I mean,
A step back next year. I don't like what are you, a 5 seed in the tournament? Like,
right.
you could be.
That's pretty good.
Who knows?
And I put that on me too. Coming into this year, I literally at this time last year, the day we got knocked out, I said we will be a better team next year, but we might not have the record to show it. I expected
you were off by 1 game.
You
were right by 1 game.
I expected 10 to 11 losses. And how
Where
wrong
you been,
I was.
Scott? Where you been? We've been doing this all year. But thank you.
You said,
and thank you for having Galen.
Defense will be as hardcore.
Yes.
Yes.
That's not even an option. It's not an option. It will be. Like, it's not even a.
Here's the thing. Everybody this year saw this team on August 1st in a scrimmage. And you didn't see very good defense. And then you saw them to start the season. And it was, And then December 1st, better. And by the time you started conference season, you smothered West Virginia to start. And then Iowa State didn't score that much. TCU didn't score that much. You lost both of those. This defense and these teams all get better as the year goes on. And that is my number one metric for what I think of a coach is how much better does your team get the longer they're around you. And this team just gets better.
Well,
and the defense gets way better.
It all starts with Galen. You know, the DNA was the DNA was set right then, and it just evolves. It gets better and better and better. And every year more of these guys buy in. And people who are coming here for this reason. They're not coming here because, hey, it'd be a cool place to play. They're coming here because they know that they're going to get the crap beat out of them, and they're going to be molded into the best possible version of themselves. And so it feeds on itself every single year. And then you've got, think of what we got coming back. Just knowing what we got for sure. And let's get excited in this dark cloud. Let's look at the bright side of what's coming next year. We got JVA coming back. We've got Ramon Walker coming back.
JV Air.
Coach Sampson calls him JVA. I'm calling him JVA. We got that coming back. We've got Arsenault coming back. We've got Cordell coming back for the first time.
Mercy Miller, the new incoming.
Mercy Miller. Mercy me. We got we got McFarland coming. I can't wait to see that kid play. I can't wait to see. Please,
McCarty.
Yeah,
Chase McCarty
coming in.
Could be a red shirt. Any of those freshmen could be a red shirt, but they could be key contributors. You never know. And then you got Big Said, another year in the training program. We're going to have a different looking team. We're going to have a bigger team, a longer team, and we could truly, legitimately be a strong inside out team. The guys that we got coming.
Yeah. This is one of the points, Towns. Everybody's mad and angry, needs sleep. You did win 32 games. You did win a conference title in the league that you're not supposed to belong. You did go to the Sweet 16. You were losing your best player away from a 10 or 12 point win today, I'm guessing. And then NC State looked really good today. They look really good, but I think you could have played with them. I think you could have beat them. Could have been in the Final Four. And then all of a sudden, this offense that needs to be completely retooled, maybe not so bad. Anyways, that's all I had.
The team, the team that I play on, we have the worst defense and the best offense in the league. We're not going to the playoffs. Noticed. Yeah, we're not going to the playoffs. So I can only imagine if we had the best defense and probably the worst offense, we'd probably be in a significantly better spot. I would assume.
Defense just raises your floor.
It does.
So much.
You're able to get stops. You're able to get stops, man. Because, yeah, definitely.
It really does feel like it was 4 years ago. We had kind of started our journey.
I didn't even get to mention JoJo on the returning.
Yeah, facts.
That kid's going to be an animal. He is. I can't wait. I'm really now that this is over with. I can't tell you how I'm looking forward to next year. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun.
I would like to spend the summer watching JoJo, or maybe late summer, fall, JoJo and Jacob McFarland and Said Lot go at each other. You've always wanted to see the guards in this program, and now you've got a ton of young frontline talent that you want to see.
All different.
Well, but now you've also got Arsenault coming back, and you got Walker coming back, and those guys can play.
That's some big wings,
they can be big guards. They can fill into the 4 spot and go 4 guard lineup without missing a beat. defensively.
Star Pizza.
Arsenal,
But Star Pizza.
another
Say
year
Star
is
Pizza,
going to
Town.
be
Starns, say Star Pizza.
Star Pizza, Star Pizza.
our pizza.
There you go.
Um,
Go ahead.
La pizza de
Arsenal's going to
estrella.
be really, 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 really interesting. I mean, the way people are able to come back these days from Achilles injuries is pretty incredible. And I will imagine that his road back, his first few months back, Arsenal's probably going to struggle. He's really going to have to get his legs under him. But when he gets going, if he's able to get going, I could be really, really special.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's wind this down. It's 1 a.m. I guess we're leaving tomorrow or today. I've got the hotel for 2 more days though. If y'all want to come and have a good time, I've got a 2-room suite. It's pretty big. Anyways, Starnes, what are your final thoughts?
Just a brutal way to end a season, ultimately. But Galen says that Kelvin says that you're a sprained ankle away from mediocrity, and that sprained ankle happened. You were a lot better than mediocre still, but
Mm-hmm.
you just can't avoid it. There's nothing you can do that says, hey, this injury is not going to happen. This injury is not going to happen. It happens or it doesn't. And you got to move on. You got to figure it out. But with all that said, this was an incredible, incredible season. Really fun to cover. Really fun to watch. This was a really great, awesome team, and what they accomplished. I mean, is still going to be something to remember, something to go down in history.
Starnes, if you're half the reporter these people say, you'll be at spring football at 9:30 in the morning.
I will be.
That would
I
give
will
you
be.
about 2 hours of sleep, and I think you should get that done.
I thought you meant
Saturday.
football game.
Saturday. Spring football tomorrow, Saturday. Today, Saturday.
Are you
9:30.
going to go?
I'm going to sleep like 10 hours. I'm going to just go crazy.
And by 10, you mean you'll be at Waffle House at 4 a.m.
I might just go straight to Waffle House and then straight to the house. Brad, did you do your? No, you didn't do yours. Go ahead.
Mosquito. Thank you to every player in this program, to all the coaches, trainers, everybody involved with this program. It was a hell of a journey, and it's a pleasure every year to watch these guys come in and grow over the entire year. We fell short of the ultimate goal, but that's just the way things are. Still doesn't change anything about the incredible ride that we had with this team. Because it's more than wins and losses. It's about the people. And they allow us into their lives and share everything that they can with us. And it just makes it a lot more personal when it's our guys and they're as open with us as they are. Thank you to everybody here in the chat, right over there, or right over there. Mine's, thank you guys for being here. We do this show for you guys, and I'm really happy that all of y'all are here. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Galen. Thank you, Starns. You guys make this an incredible, fun time. We're going to move on. We're going to keep going. That's all we can do. That's all we know how to do. Great season.
Galen?
Yeah, great season. Yeah, thanks to our coaches. Thanks to everybody who's watching. All of y'all have been keeping up this entire year. Definitely been fun covering the guys, talking about it, and watching their journey of getting better and figuring things out, and just figuring out everything on the fly. It's been a pleasure to work with you all. This is, believe it or not, the highlight of a lot of my days. So yeah, man, it's just but like you said, we got a lot to be excited for coming in the future, and hopefully let's stay healthy and let's make a push and make a run for next year, man. But definitely been a pleasure, man. Appreciate y'all for allowing me to just be myself. It's pretty cool, man. This is a great staff here. So go Cougs, Star Pizza, good pizza, better people, or better. What the fuck did I say, Ryan? What did I say?
You said good people, better
Better
pizza.
pizza. Yeah, you got it. Good people, better pizza. Star Pizza. Yeah, man. Tap in GoCougs.com. Please subscribe.
So what we haven't told you is that Star Pizza has agreed that when Galen gets back to town, we're going to do a 72-hour straight show from Star Pizza. And we're just, Galen and me and Brad, we're just going to eat the entire 72 hours and just shoot the shit. Yeah. You're going to have to be rolled out of there.
Well, I mean, I'll have to be rolled out of there the next time I go.
Probably. We'll get you a couple of them scooters that JoJo and Jamal were using.
Man, my boy gonna need an electric wheelchair.
Yeah, let's go give me one of those from Kroger, baby. Give me a bell on it. Ching, ching, ching.
Star Pizza, good people, better pizza. That's an elite slogan.
It's pretty good. Galen convinced me that Jamal needs his number in the rafters. Jamal did a lot of that work, but Galen got me over the hump. Somebody brought it up to us, and this is obviously something dumb, and I'm just talking. Do you retire the number, or do you retire the jersey and keep the number in the rotation? Because one is a number that a lot of kids are going to want, and that might be the right idea. I don't know. I don't have to make the decision, so what do I care? But Jamal's that guy, and he proved it, with his effort early in this game, and then what you lost. And if that is the last time we ever saw him, it was right over there under that basket. That's a hard way, for an elite player for his career to end. And that would suck. And it would suck for him, but it would suck for the fans. Mm-hmm. But, he's got to make his decision of what he's going to do. And I'm all for whatever he chooses. I just want to go through some comments to end my thoughts. Thank y'all for doing this show. I'm excited for more. Can't wait for next season. I don't know what that means, but I still have like 5 more hours out partying if I'm gonna do it like him. 32 would be proud. The thing I'm gonna miss most, Connor, you need a life. If this is because
if that's
come
the case,
on,
I need one too, brother.
Well, you're stuck, but you're gonna get unstuck soon.
I like Connor. Connor's
I like Connor too.
He's the poster. He's the replier of the year.
Yeah. Thanks for hosting these great shows. Great fun all year. Really been more fun than I thought it was going to be. I didn't know about any of you people. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, I got an idea. I got a request. Everybody that's listening, after the show's over with, we post this to YouTube. And we put it on YouTube for everybody to archive or go back and watch or whatever. Go in there and comment on what you would like to see potentially this offseason. Because I've seen some people asking if we're going to do this. We're going to keep doing this.
Great shit, Towns. Great shit.
Reply to this whenever it's posted on YouTube. Let us know what you'd like to see. I'm not going to say we're going to do anything, but we do want to do stuff.
I'm not
We will
saying
take
we're
it
doing
into
shit.
consideration.
No, but what if we're going to do something? I want to do something that people want to see. So leave a comment and let us know what you'd like to see this off season, because we got some things cooking that I think people are going to really enjoy. So the season ends, but a new season begins, because we've got time between, what is it, June 1st, June 3rd, whatever date they report,
Around June 1st, yeah.
So we got some time there, but we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff, and we're going to keep it rolling. So let us know what you want.
I've worked 237 of the last 241 days. I'm going to take some time to
Bitch,
myself.
you ain't got to be here.
Hey, that's perfectly fine.
Me too.
Y'all let me
Yes.
know how it goes. We're going to do a lot more interviews, and I would love for it to be the live interviews like we did with Kellen, because I thought that was just fascinating. And the goal is to do more of that. People around the program, people in the program, football, other programs, administrators, things like that. And we'll see. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Looking forward to more coverage. Y'all hooked a new fan. Thank you. Appreciate that.
The root.
Thanks, gang. Huge thank you to Galen. We love the blunt takes. Starns of Pizza. The Godfather's perspective has been invaluable.
100% agree.
Yeah. We
Appreciate you all.
You're the straw, man. You stir the drink.
Yeah. I did not hear this, but if this is true, it's an injury that would take 4 to 6 weeks.
Seems about right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Thanks to everybody in the chat. Absolutely. I've told y'all I just didn't think it was going to be this fun. And
sometimes I love all of y'all. Sometimes I dislike all of y'all. But if nothing else, we're a family. So, that's what we do. We all love and hate each other at the same time.
We're going to figure this out. But the goal is to do a lunch with people and just figure it out. But Galen, Ryan, Elvin, everybody, interviews, Jamie, who's already working on the transfer portal. So we got all that going. But yeah, that's going to be it. An hour and 44 minutes, 1,064 people watching this right now at
Shout
1
out
in the
to
damn
y'all.
morning.
What the fuck? That is crazy. Shout out to y'all, man. Damn. Go Cook, Star Pizza. Good people, better pizza. Shit. Wow, that's crazy. 1,064 people care to hear what we have to. That's wild. Yo.
At 1 in the morning.
Yo, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as the show ends, it gets posted to YouTube. It's not there right now. You have a live show. It'll flip over as soon, and the views will start again. Go Cougs, we're going to finish out our daily coverage probably Monday, and then kind of drift off for a bit. We'll have football coverage through spring football, and then we're going to regroup. We have plates full of ideas for next year. There are going to be more things we're doing. It's going to look a little different, but y'all are here on the ground floor. And by ground floor, we've been doing this 6 years, but thank you so much.
Well, we've only been doing
it
this.
It takes 10 years to be an overnight success, Ryan.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, Starns, I know you're feeling that comment, my boy. Yes, sir. The nod of approval on mute.
Thanks, gang. Look forward to what's next. Great crew you've got. Absolutely. We appreciate y'all. I appreciate all three of you. This was just, this was a dumb idea. This was a dumb idea that has manifested and grown into something that I just didn't imagine it was going to happen.
What do they say? Fate loves irony.
I think we sat one day at lunch at Gus's. Said, hey, you said, hey, we should do a podcast. I'm like, do you think anybody would pay attention? He's like, probably
No.
not, but it'd be fun.
Didn't quite get the spelling
BYU.
right. Didn't quite get it. But then on my media pass, it is spelled right. So, I don't know. It is 1:07 a.m. Great coverage, great season. Natty next year. I'm going to take care of two of those three. I'm going to leave Natty to Kelvin. Just a real quick question, Galen, and we're going to close this out. Is he watching film on the bus home? Or is he just
I mean,
out?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But it's to sharpen the toolbox.
It's a
over,
scratch and itch.
It's gonna be something to learn, but at the same time, it might give him like, you know what, in practice, just in case this does happen, we lose our primary ball handler. We have to have a contingency plan. Like, you never know what might come from it, because let's say the same thing happens next year and we've been preparing for it to happen as if we knew it was going to happen, then we get a different outcome. And who's to say win the fucking natty? So you never know what you might learn from any given situation.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Daily Cougar for at least another month.
Yes.
OneSubstantial.com.
Thank you all.
We keep getting told there's no new product coming, and then new product keeps coming. Got to keep up with the demand, man. Got to feed the streets.
Yeah.
Suffering from success, baby.
You're a hustler. You're always doing it. Shout out to me. After the
Yes, sir. Shout out to Ryo. Yes,
so
sir.
after the last show in Memphis, I it was whatever time it is now, 1 a.m, and I got into bed and was exhausted and doing something and left the hotel, and somehow I walked out of my hotel with one AirPod and not the other. I don't know how the fuck that happens. But I did that, and I just found out about it yesterday. And so went and got new AirPods today. So shout out me and my new $260 one show AirPods. But that's it. That's all we're doing. We're basically the last people in the arena. There's
one behind you.
Well, there's people cleaning, but in terms of journalists or anything like that, they're all gone. I'm the last one
to leave the Monceaux way. That's culture, baby. That's culture.
I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't the first one here today.
I mean, the lights. The lights. You're not doing it with the. You don't have your phone light to light your.
I'm not Ramon.
Light your pad, so you're really not working that hard.
Yeah, that's true. This was just. I think I got here at 3. So 10 hours for a game.
Ryan.
Good idea, Jack. Get over it, Ryan. That is dedication. Somebody's got to. I didn't say that. GoCooks.com. Check us out. You're going to love what next year looks like for us. And it's going to start before you know it, before June 1st. So that's culture. Love you guys. Thanks so much. We're out. This is over. 1,075 right now above my head. Star Pizza.
Since we're about to end, y'all, every one of y'all asses that's watching this, take your ass to onesubstantial.com right now.
Boom.
Have a great night. Star Pizza, good people, better pizza. GoCoogs.com. My bad, Ryan. I'm still in your moment, but fuck you. I love you. Joking.